YouTube and see where we're at. I think we are good to go. We're looking good. Welcome in today. I am running way behind. But that's studio life. It's Studio Question Friday today. We are on Studio Question and Answers. And that's kind of where we're at. I don't remember what the hell this was. Oh, this was Darth Vader. Okay. That was getting that one done. All right, we got silver up here. We're going to actually take that. I got a little silver nugget over here we got to replace. Ton of stuff to do today. We are currently working on several projects, and they are all insane. Scattered all over the place right now. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought. What's up? How's everyone doing? What's up, Groves? John, how are ya? Yeah, first again. There you go. Well, I'm running way behind right now. I am not happy. I am like super far behind. Trying to catch up with everything at once is like one of the most difficult things I've had to do in a while. You know, it is not the easiest one. So I have a new view tonight or today. We're going to try it out. I don't know how to implement this thing into a full. I need to hotkey this, and I haven't figured it out on the software. But here's a different view. Tell me what you guys think. Here we go. So this should transition to a different view when I want it. So we can kind of bring it back and forth. So this is the side view that you guys see up in the top right-hand corner, and then this is the main view. We're going to move this off to the side. So I'm trying some new stuff today. I'll have to figure that out. All right, just getting the torch set up. So one of the things that happens is as I fire my torch up in the morning, these valves, they are sensitive. They're like me. They're a little older, and they need a minute to warm up. What's up, sweet and sassy? So right now they're warming up. And what I mean by that is, watch, as I bring this flame down, this flame's going to kind of port up a little bit. And then I have to readjust it. And this will happen several times during the stream. Right now, it's just kind of in its position. And I did do something actually pretty cool on here. I normally come and troll random people on live, but this actually dope. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You're welcome to hang in here. Actually, if you want to have some fun, are you really seriously normally a troll? Because I have a question for you. And it's a serious one. It's not trying to make fun of you. I have a option for you. I want to give you a new assignment in life if you want to try it out. It will be kind of fun, to be honest. Because we have a little game on here that we use every once in a while. All right, here we go. We're going to split this down a little. That's only if you're up for it. Okay, there we go. We split. Look at that. That's pretty dead even. That's not bad for an old fart. Getting like visually. That's pretty even. So anyway, we do a game on here where we have we rate the trolls. So the troll comments get rated 0 to 10. So if you want to hang out and see some of the trolls that come in and rate the trolls, you're more than welcome to do that. And I appreciate you being upfront about it, because that kind of makes it, cool that you do this and you kind of know what to expect. So we rate troll comments. All right, this is called lamp working. It is a form of glass blowing. The term comes from oil lamps. Back in the day, they didn't have torches like this. They had oil lamps, kerosene lamps. That was the only heat source. And so they would modify them. In fact, I have one behind me that is a antique version. I can show you if you want to see it. And that's how the term lamp working came in. I wish it was something different, but it's not. You're a troll? Well, you're more than welcome to rate the trolls if you want. You can hang out for a little bit. And when the troll comments come in, give them a rating. You can troll the troll. That's basically it. You're assigned to troll the troll. Because we get them. And it happens. There's some bad ones out there. I mean, not like nasty, but I mean, they're not very good at what they do. So, yeah. You want to see the antique torch? Okay. Yeah, I'll bring the antique up. Sweet and sassy, right? I'm doing good, sweet and sassy. All right, let me trim this off real quick. So this is studio question and answers too. If you have any questions with regard to glass blowing or this form, lamp working, I am open to answering questions, because it is something that not a lot of people open up to. All right, I'm going to bring this down. Like, they try and keep it gatekeeping. All right, so we're going to grab it back here. This is an original glass blowing torch from back in the day. And it is a brass kerosene lamp that was remodified. That's what this is right here. So the flame used to come up like right from this port and have a little flame coming up. Then they adapted this little fitting on here, and to get the pressure, you actually had to pump it up. This is one of the versions. You'd have to pump it up and then adjust the flame as you were working to get the pressure. Now, there was another version of this where there was a foot press, kind of like a sewing machine thing, where it would had a little pillow type balloon pillow, and the air pressure would keep it going by foot. I can't imagine doing that. That would have been like so hard. Talk about a hip displacement problem. But yeah, that is the original antique torch. Now, I took some time and polished it up a little, just because I wanted it to look a little bit better. And then this is the port that you filled it from. This port right down there, that's where you would fill the oil up right there. And a little locking lever, the back valve. And then there was an adjustment valve right there on the side. But yeah, that is an antique lamp working torch. I found it in a antique store that I was just glancing, and they did not know what they thought. They did not know what they had. And they had it priced really cheap. I didn't argue. I didn't even try and discount it. I was like, I'll just take it. And so we did. The fuel is oxygen and propane. No, that wasn't mining for underground. That was a lamp working torch like this. The kerosene lamps, I'm not sure if they use that for mining underground. I'm not specific on that one. Is it specific oil like butane, or did they replace regular oil? I believe it was kerosene, like kerosene, and then I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think there is an oil that you can use from whale blubber. That would have to be Googled. I'm not sure about that one. I think there's a whale blubber oil that you could use too. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on that fact. I can't definitely say that. All right, I want to show some of the items we did last night. We were trying some skull impressions. So this one right here, now that it's cooled off, has a little bit of an impression right there. It came out better than I thought. Okay. I'm trying to get as close to the camera as I can. Okay, a little bit better than I thought right there. This is the Vader. I can get that one pretty close. I'm going to try and angle it so y'all can see it. So there's the Vader impression. There, that's a little bit better right there. Not too bad on that. It came out okay. But this is the one that we really emphasized last night. This is the Ghost Skull. Now, I love this one because even from the side, it looks cool. Me personally, let me know what you think in the comments here. Do you like it this way or more angled like this? See, me personally, I like the angle. I like having it at a little bit of an angle. It kind of gives it a little more 3D dimension there, but there is the front version. I kind of like the angle. So if I was to redo this marble, I would kind of have it at an angle like this, facing instead of directly face on like that. But that's me. I have a small echo. Thank you for telling me. I'm going to mute that then. I was trying to capture some torch sound. That should eliminate the echo. So I was trying to capture some of the torch sounds, and I have a microphone pointed at it, but it's probably picking me up too much. All right, so we're going to bring this out. Oh, crap. How about I get it right? And here's the best part when we add light to it. I'm going to try and bring it up. There. Let me turn this on a little bit brighter. There we go. Actually, I'm just going to stand up. What the hell? We're going to make it look really good. There. So that is the look that I really like with it. That ghostly impression right there. What do y'all think? And then we'll get it right up close. Yeah. This is my favorite skull to work with. I think the angle looks good too. I'm happy with it. Thank you for letting me know about the echo. That is actually really good. So we did finish the pink petals yesterday. I'm kind of going over this stuff. This is the pink petal marble here. And I can actually put it in the claw tool, bring it up close so y'all can see it. So I don't fly it. So there is the pink petals. It has just these different patterns to it. And there's little tiny opals running through there. And that is the pink petal. There we go. It's really hard to get this angled in here properly. I definitely need a side camera for just showing the item. There, pink petal. That's a better version of showing it. And then we have the last one last night that we did late last night. This is the opal and pink petal with the black background. So that one you can definitely see it. There are opals running through it. Side view, definitely deep inside. I wish y'all could see really far inside there. I'm going to get some camera photos on it. And then the back end is the hidden gem right here. Ready? So it's got the little Aurora Borealis look to it. No black light, black light. That is so trippy. And then we did the, oh my God. You guys are about to see something I've never seen before. We've did the Lucy on the gold. Holy crap. I'm sorry for being excited right now. Look at that purple. It turned to gold and Lucy turned purple. It's a purple glow. I'm trying to get the camera in there. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that looks good. I have one other black light that's a little better. There we are. Look at that. So that is the Lucy on top of there, the pinky glow. There. I am so happy with that. There we are. That looks trippy. So anyway, that is kind of what was going on with all that. And I really think we should do another skull like this. I may leave this impression on here for just visual for today. I think we should do another one, but I want to do an angled skull approach like that. Not directly dead on, but this way. And maybe give it a pirate theme. We should give it a pirate theme, right? That would be kind of cool, right? Where are we at for What do you mean? I'm trying to read that, Melissa, for GF? I'm not sure. But yeah, I think a sideways output would be really good. That would look cool on top of a wizard staff with a light hidden in the stick portion. The stick portion light would be a really good idea. I haven't figured that part out. Actually incorporating a some type of pen light in there would be amazing. You are correct on that. And thank you for sharing that idea. I appreciate ideas. I appreciate input. It's really nice to have people that offer input. All right, we got to cut the Vader off here. So this is the Darth Vader thing. This is one of the tools I very rarely show. So this is my glass cutter. It has a little set of wheels down here and then a blade right at the top up there. It's a little blade. And the way this works is I'm going to show you right on live here. We're just going to grip it and you just simply bring it around. It scratches the glass, okay? There's a little line right there. You can see that line. And then you got to take a little dab of water, tap it, and then it snaps really clean. And it creates that clean edge. You got to dab the water on there, though. It doesn't work very well otherwise. Oh, the Guy Fieri account. Oh, yeah. We definitely, there is, I don't know how many Guy Fieri comments we got yet. Not sure on that one. And I don't know who's keeping track of it. I'm not sure on that one. Okay. So we're good right now. I think I'm going to go in and make another one of these right now. We're going to do that process. If you guys want to hang with me, I'm going to make another version of this. I don't want to mess with this so I could show everybody the intent of what we're doing. So if y'all want to hang with me while I do that, that would be awesome. And again, if you have any questions about glassblowing, studio, lamp working, etc., let me know. Can I show the skull from the tool? Oh, you mean the tool itself? Yeah. But you're not going to be able to find this. I had to custom make it. So there's the skull. Yeah, you're not going to find that. I think I bought 3 of these because I always buy it in triplicates and duplicates and triplicates. Just in case I lose one, break one, get it lost, all that stuff. All right, let's get going. So we're going to silver fume another skull. We're going to redo this. We're going to make another one. And we're going to go from there. Will it work for larger rods? No. You do not want to get too big with it. You will actually cause a dramatic problem with that. Bigger is not necessarily better. All right, so I got a little silver in here. Yeah, everybody, yeah, the misconception is bigger, 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 bigger. It's not always better. There, that's perfect. Yeah, bigger is not better, but it'll work on larger rods, yes. All right, so we're going to do what's called a pickup. I got a little tiny silver nugget in there, and it is pure silver. It's 0.9999 pure. I'll show you a coin that I use from it. We're going to pick up the little nugget, and we're going to prep it for the skull. We're going to do skull prepping. That doesn't even sound right. Skull prepping. That doesn't even sound remotely good. Okay, we're going to pull this off. Little sizzle there. All right, so we're going to pick up the silver nugget, and I'm going to see if we can get the side camera to show a little bit of a better view here. So we're going to bring it in. And we're going to fuse it on right there. So this is the little silver nugget right there. Very hard to see. Let's see if the side camera, man, I definitely need a better way of doing this. So we're going to bring it in here and maybe get a little visual right there. You can definitely see the silver on there better. There. Go back to main scene. There we are. I do not like all this. This is not fun. I need a hotkey for that switching. I need to generate a hotkey for that because that sucks. All right, let's get the skull version done and see what the heck we can do on a second one. So again, we're going to be replicating this right now. We're making this little guy. I'm going to turn it into a pirate skull. I don't know what makes things pirate, but we're going to try it. Okay. I don't know what type of thing. What do y'all think makes things look like a pirate other than a skull? What type of items make you think pirate? I know a flag, but I don't think I can do a flag. What's pirate related? Trying to remember it. Melissa, Mom's doing good. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to definitely doing that. Missing teeth. Yeah, that definitely will do it. Of course, some type of treasure thing, like a treasure chest. Oh, the birds, parrots. Parrot would be cool. Pirate hat, yes, and the hook. Eye patch. Yeah, that's all useful input right there. Yeah, that all makes sense. That's actually good. Good ideas, everyone. All right, we're going to put this on here. We're going to fuse this on and get ready for the pirate. Pirate skull. It might actually kind of be cool to put a pirate hat on top of a marble. I don't know how I would do that very well. This is a good idea. It's a great idea, actually. I just have to figure out how to make a pirate hat. I've never made a pirate hat. But a parrot would be cool too. A little macaw or talking parrot from the shoulder. And we're going to pull this off. And fuse this on. So this is the beginning of making the skull. Got to use a large piece of clear to begin with. So we bring it in, fuse it on there. And there we are. Good morning. What's up, Big Irv? How are you? Afternoon, matey. I love that. Maybe we should do Pirate Friday, where everybody types and chats like a pirate. Skull and crossbones. Actually, I like crossbones. I could do crossbones. Coins for sure. All right, I got to wait for this to settle down for a second. It still bends. Thank you for the super chat, Big Earth. Moon, what's happening? All right, so we're going to pull this little chunk off here. On the ends of these rods, when I cut them, as you saw earlier, it scratches the glass to get the cuts clean. One of the drawbacks is when you scratch the glass, it leaves these little fuzzies on there. It's like little micro bubbles. Visually, they would be hard to see in a larger piece, but they do exist. I don't like the idea of them even being in there, so I try and pull them off every time. Would you be able to notice it as a consumer? Probably not, unless you had a magnifying glass on it, but I just don't want it in there. It takes that long to remove it, which is exactly what I did. That's what I was thinking, fume gold coins. I could use the Bitcoin. We could make a pirate Bitcoin version too. All right, so we got the clear on here. Let's get it started. I need hopefully I got a little bit of a shorter rod here. We do, right here. Perfect. All right, we're going to kick on the bigger flames. And here we go. So this is the full power of the torch right now. This is all three rings running at the same time. I don't have it in its hottest mode. This is kind of like comfortable mode, but I can crank it up a little bit more if I wanted to. But it's not necessary at the moment. Be a little bit of a waste of gas. Now, when you start getting into a 3-inch marble, then you definitely want to kick it into a little bit hotter. But we're not doing a 3-inch marble, so we are good. By the way, how's everybody's Friday going? Y'all doing good? I hope so. Hope Friday's fantastic for you. The fuming is just so cool to you. I would do it on everything. Yeah, it's tempting when you start learning to do fuming. You want to fume everything. The Bitcoin would be cool, yeah. Yeah, I definitely can make a glass Bitcoin. All right, so we are currently getting this a little bit bigger here. I don't want to go too much in the beginning because we only need it big enough to make the skull impression. I don't have to make it full-blown marble size yet. And there we are. Okay. So we're just going to let this taper sit a little bit for a minute. and then burn it off back here. Before you do the skull impression, one of the most important things is to make sure there are no air bubbles at all. No air bubbles. It'll ruin the entire piece. So that's why I'm kind of taking my time with it. All right, here we go. We're going to separate. Like that. So we got the separation going right now. And there are no air bubbles trapped in that little piece right there. And we're going to start smoothing it out and get it ready for the skull impression. So while I'm doing that, I will use the shield here. The shield is the same material as my glassblowing glasses. And without these, I would not be able to do my job. It would be literally impossible. So here we go. We're going to bring the shield into the fire here. And there we are. So that is how I filter out everything for my little world. Then we bring it back out. Back in. So that's how I can see what's going on. Okay, so to do this skull impression correctly, we have to let this cool for a minute. So what I'm waiting for is this section right here to cool down. I'm going to point to it right there. That little section right there, I need it to cool down a lot. And the reason is I'm going to heat up the front surface up here. When I start to put the skull in there, the impression tool, which is right there, when I go to push that in there, I need it to have a resistance. So it's going to have to hit a certain spot and stop moving. If I had this ooey gooey all the way through, it would just go all the way through and create a distorted image. But I need it to stop at a certain point. So that's why I waited for it to cool. Now we're going to reheat just the front surface. And we're going to get this guy done. We're going to turn this into an epic little marble here. One of my favorite things to do with this too is to put it on the bottom of a shot glass. So that when you finish the shot, you see a pirate skull there. All right, here we go. We're going to grab the tool. And here we are. We're going to just stick it in. And it's a very gentle push. Do not get aggressive like you're angry at it. Okay. Right there. And bring it in and push as easy as possible. Right there. Just a little bit further, and bring it back. Then I immediately put that in the water to cool it off. So we just got the impression in there. Now, you're not going to see much at the moment. Okay, it's a little bit visual. It's right there. So we got a little visual in there. We're going to take the silver. We're going to pop the silver fuming in there. And this is where we're going to get that beautiful color aspect. So we got a little tiny silver nugget at the end of this rod right there. Put it right in front of my glasses so you can see it. And we're going to fire the silver as close to the inside of that skull as possible. I don't want to go all over the place, just on the inside. Now the main thing too is you don't want to hit it with the flame so hard that you distort the image on the inside too. It's still fire going in there. There we are. So you can actually ruin the entire skull image if you hit it too hard. And I'm going to show you the progress where we're at right now. We're going to kind of just burn that silver in there real quick. So this process is called fuming. It is a process of vaporizing pure metals, whether gold or silver, into the glass. So now you can see a little bit more visual of that skull in there. And that's how we get that part done. Now we're going to burn the silver off from the outer rim. Use a very oxidizing flame. It's just going to burn all that silver off. I just want silver on the inside of that piece. So we're just hitting the skull with it. Okay, I'm going to bring it out here, burn this all off. Make sure we get as much as possible off here. And buzz it with a hot flame real quick. There. So now we got the skull image pretty much colored by itself right there. I know it's hard to see. We'll use a little light source here. Maybe you can get a little bit better glimpse of it. I can't reach too far, but there is the skull image all the way in there. Now, here comes the actual tricky part. This is where we're going to fire into a hot piece of glass into that skull. I need to basically throw hot glass into that little cave of where the skull is and trap as little air as possible. So I don't want to trap any air bubbles in there because it'll distort the skull. Okay, that's not running off right there. Definitely don't want you around. There, up there. All right, so we're going to trap the skull right now. This part always makes me a little bit nervous. I got to get it as hot as possible. Keep this guy a little bit warm. Okay, here we go. And we're going to trap it in just a few seconds. In 3, 2, 1. I don't know if that worked. I might have got a lot of air in there. We'll figure it out here in a minute. So basically what happened on that is I took and I made an impression of a skull on the inside of this round marble-ish looking piece. We vaporized it with pure silver, basically giving it a little coating of pure metal silver. And then we took a hot piece of glass and rammed it in there. And what that basically did is sandwiched a light layer of pure metal into the glass. So think of like aluminum foil in between two sheets of glass. Same thing. And now I'm just kind of fusing it in there. So what we're attempting to do, again, is this guy right here, the little skull image. And that's what we're working on at the moment. Okay, that guy right there. I'm trying to see how it looks. I don't know. This may or may not have turned out okay. We'll figure it out. We'll see what it looks like here in a minute. I got to grab a larger glass rod here. Okay, got this one. So when we back it with a black color, it makes that silver stand out. And that's what I'm going to do right now. We're going to back it with some color and make it pop. And there we are. And then I can definitely show you where we're at with it. I'm having fun making these again. It's been a while since I've done these, and I love making these. These are so much fun. All right, so we're just fusing all this black on here, getting a nice background to it. All right, there we are. And that should be enough. We're going to separate for the moment. And I'm going to show you kind of where we're at. So we got that black section right there. We got the skull kind of in there. You might be able to see a little image of it right from the side. You see a little bit of that skull image popping out right there. And I think it looks good. All right, so we're going to come across, and I'm actually going to, well, I'm going to fix this audio real quick. Hold on. Delete that. There we go. We're going to try a side view for the moment. There we are. So we got a little side view going. So this has the didymium filter on it right now. And that is what's helping with the fire. You can kind of see a little bit of a side filter right there. Okay, and we'll come back to scene one. There we go. Now, that side view is up in the upper right-hand corner. It's just on a small scale up there. What's up, cruising? All right, so a little bit more. We got it all fusing in right now. We're looking good. Got to be very patient with this style. Don't want to force any airs. Sounds like a baseball term, forced air. All right, actually, this actually came out kind of good. I'm happy with it so far. Yeah, everyone's behaving. Yeah, we've got everybody kind of hanging in there. It's an interesting, fun day today. How do you get into this? Void Shadow. So there are two ways I recommend getting into it. One, the very first thing I would do is try and find someone in your area that does what I call a glassblowing experience. And what that is you're not going in to necessarily learn glassblowing. They're going to walk you through on how to make like a mushroom or one or two items. It's usually about 2 hours. And the main purpose of that is to see if you like being around the fire. You know, are you within inches of the fire and does it make you scared? You don't know that until you actually try it. After you do that, you have to incorporate an idea of what do you want to do? Do you want to do like the big hot shop with the big furnace type of work? Or do you want to do this, which is called lamp working or torch work? And then once you do that part, you decide how much equipment you want to get, about $2,500 to $3,000 to get started in this style. And just start taking some basic lessons. There are a lot of free tutorials on YouTube as well. YouTube has a lot of free tutorials. I mean, an amazing collection of them. And you could watch streams like me. I'm going through, and you notice I'm sharing my information on here. I'm not gatekeeping anything. I'm fully sharing everything. And you could learn a lot from that. But it's about $2,500 to $3,000 to get started, and you cannot forget about your monthly expenses. So you're going to spend on minimum $300 a month on gas, basically your oxygen and propane, your glass materials, and your electricity. So it's $2,500 to $3,000 to get started. Don't forget, it's going to be monthly minimum $300. Although that's going up. I'm going to have to probably raise that estimate up. And that's the main thing, is you got to account for expenses. The other main factor that a lot of people don't get, and I can't emphasize this enough, this is the most important. Practice, practice, practice. If you don't feel that you will have enough time to be able to practice, don't start. And I'm just being honest about it. You're going to need about 3 hours a week to practice. So it'd be like me taking a guitar lesson, learning one thing, and never practicing that lesson and then wanting to play guitar. It's not going to happen. But if you're really super interested, there is a absolute infinite resource on Facebook called Torch Talk. Torch Talk is a great resource. There's thousands of glassblowers in there and lots of archived information. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but that's where it's at. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. All right. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it as close to the camera. We might actually use the side camera for this one. So we're going to kind of let this start evolving. Watch it start morphing into its skull here. Here we go. It's going to start morphing. I got to keep it rotating or it's going to blobby on me. Gravity will do its thing. Look at that. So we just created that. And it's going to get a little, look at the 3D side view. So there's the side view. There's the front. Almost kind of looks like the Punisher right now. But yeah, that came out cool, right? And let's try the side view here and see if that picks it up. I'll try and bring it in front of the camera right there. There you go. So that offers a really nice view. Look at that. So there is a really nice view there. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to bring it out. Look at that. We've got a really nice view in there, right? I like that. Yeah, that one, very good. Okay, so we're going to turn this one into a full-blown marble. I am going to add a bunch of black to the back end of it. And nope, can't answer, sorry. Bye. All right, we're going to turn this into a full-blown marble. What do y'all say? You want to hang with me while I do that? We're going to make it into, I think we're going to do the Aurora Borealis background, some sparkle, and a little bit of I don't know what. I have a couple ideas for it. There we go. Ah, thank you, Cruising. All right, let's get this thing started. So we're going to turn this into a marble. I should reinstigate this series of here. I did a series of these for a while, and they did very, very well. A lot of people collected them. They actually came out really good. And here we go. So I'm adding a lot of black to this background. So for the first one, I'm not going to get too crazy. I don't want to put a pirate hat or anything on this first one. I think I just want to complete one all the way and see how that works. All right, I want to see something here. Bear with me. Bear with me for 1 second. Oh, it's not showing up. Damn it. It didn't work. There's usually like there's a video replay on there. And the video replay is not working. Nah, boo. Okay, so we got that black on there. There's two blacks I use. One of them is a very matte black. Not matte, but just dense. And then the other one has a sparkle color to it. So I'm going to bring this out real quick. And the sparkle is what I use on the outside version. See if I can get this right here. I might be able to show you a little bit of that and how it appears. I don't know if y'all can... No, it's really hard to see. I'm sorry. No, I can't get it visual on it. It's not going to stay. Yeah, it's not going to stay there. Anyway, it's got a shimmer. Diamond. It looks like little diamonds on there. So we're going to use that on here. Then we're going to use the liquid metal color on here. What's up, Heather? We're going to use the liquid metal. And then beyond that, we're going to add the uranium. So we're going to give it a little bit of the Aurora Borealis look. Some definite liquid metal look. And see what the heck happens with it. What's up? Heather's in the house. All right, here we go. We're going to come through and we're going to just kind of swirl this around. There we are. All right, got enough on there. That's good. So what we're working on a full-blown marble version of this skull right here. So we're making this. This is what the marble will have in it. That is the main focus of the marble, that skull sitting in there. Right now we're just creating the back end of it. So we got to grab the liquid metal glass, which is over here. Man, I got too much stuff over here. I got to clear this out. I got too much crap going on. Too much. Here, this is it. I'll use a short version. So this is a liquid metal glass. It looks very much like a liquid metal when it's done correctly. The name of it is called Electrum. Not my favorite name, but it's their company. They can call it what they want. I would have called it, T2, like for Terminator 2. But that's me. Thank you, Donnie. All right, so next step is we're going to grab the uranium glass. For those of you who don't know, uranium glass glows super bright under black light, like that. We got the black light going. And we're going to add that in. It's going to create this Aurora Borealis look. Don't forget to hit the likes. The like button helps me a tremendous amount. Doesn't cost you anything. And if you think I earned a subscription or follow, depending on which platform you're on, we're on TikTok and YouTube at the moment. So if you're on YouTube and you think I earned a subscribe, I would appreciate it. If not, it's okay. I'll get you. We'll work on it. All right, there we are. We got the uranium going. I really want to go heavy uranium right now. All right, there we are. Got lots of uranium in there. And yes, it is definitely uranium. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. I don't make any rings. The reason I don't do a ring is I'm too scared that it's going to break. Do I think I can make a ring that's pretty durable? Yes, I do. But I'm too worried that, it would break and cut your finger. That's the part I don't really feel comfortable with. I wouldn't want you getting hurt as a result of something I did, even though I built it the best way possible. All right, we're going to take one of my favorite colors, amber purple. We're going to pop it on the back here. So yeah, rings are fun, but they are a little scary too. Got to remember that's, if it snaps, that sharp glass right next to your finger. Or right on your finger, not next to it. How the hell? Why would I say that? All right, let's add this in. So this is called finger painting. And it is just like what it sounds like. It's just the same. It's like finger painting with molten glass. 3,000 degrees of ooey gooey. And yes, ooey gooey is a technical glassblowing term that I just made up. The ooey gooey. So I learned something new to do. This is a random subject. This is why I have ADD in some respects. So somewhere in Washington, there is something called a gooey clam. It is a gooey clam. And it's supposed to be a delicacy of some sort. I gotta tell you, I'd be a little bit nervous about eating something called a gooey clam. But apparently they're famous. Well known. Up around the Seattle area. I think it's called the gooey clam. Gooey duck, that's it. Thank you. Gooey duck. I know it's spelled differently like that, but I don't think I want to eat a gooey duck. Clam. I mean, it's probably hella good. I'm not knocking it, but... All right, here we go. So we are just spiraling this around. And I got some really cool designs in here. Lots of amber purple, some uranium. All right, we got lots of spirals, lots of amber purple. We're running through there. Let's turn this thing to a marble. So no knife? What do you mean no knife? I don't understand. Okay, so what we're working on is this version. So we're making a marble with this skull hanging in there now. And we're making that right now. So I did another one. Chester, if I'd make a knife. I've made a dagger, but a small knife, no. No, I can make a dagger, but a small knife, probably not. I'll show you the dagger if you want. If you want to see the dagger, it's a dragon dagger. I show it a lot, so I always feel bad bringing it out for people that have seen it 100 times. But if you have not seen the dragon dagger, type 1 in the chat if you'd like to see it. It's a 19-inch dagger with a dragon theme on it. But yeah, knife would make me a little bit nervous about the blade itself. Now, I bet you I could make a knife with blown glass inserts in it. I bet you I could do that. So like a pocket knife with, or a handle. I bet you I could make a blade, a handle blade for it. Or a handle for the blade. I do have the portrait available, but we'll see in just a minute. Definitely, I try not to do the portrait too often. Oh wow, we got lots of people. Okay, I'll grab the dagger. I'm going to have to multitask here. Bring it up. So while I'm melting this, I will show it this way. So this is the dragon dagger with the blade. Everything is all glass on this. So it's 100% glass. No toxic fumes. There is carbon monoxide if you're not careful. But I have that all filtered out. All right, there is the dragon handle. And then there is the blade. I'm going to try and hold it that way as much as possible. But that is the dragon dagger. I'm going to actually have to park this way over here right now. Out of the way. I don't want to reach over there. So that's the dragon dagger. All right, so right now we're making the actual marble. So the marble we're working on is the skull. Actually, that would look really cool at the end of a dagger. Have that skull on the end of a sword or dagger. That would be kind of cool. All right, we got to get this round. Trying to get rid of this gap. I'm trying to find a spot for this dagger where I could put it where it's just not going to be in the way, but I need to be able to grab this all the time. Because people are always asking about it. I'm just going to park it back here for the moment. I don't want to get it locked away. That's one of my favorite pieces right there. All right, we're going to try the side view, see if this works any better for the moment. There we are. So that's the side view. This has a little filter on it right now. And so you can see a little bit more cleanly into it, but this is from the side. Then there's back it that way. All right, we got to get this round. I got to make this sucker round. Got to crank it up a little. We got to get there. So this marble will be for sale. And I think I'm going to just make a series of them. We'll make a bunch of them and put them up for sale. I love this marble. I think it's cool as hell. And right now, it is 100% epic in there. Okay, got it all rounded out. Gap is closing. I don't want to distort that skull too much. So there's a little skull image in here. It is a fumed pirate skull. And we're right there. We're right there. We're going to start getting this rounded out. So you notice I'm spinning this in here. I'm not forcing it in, okay? I'm barely holding it. The weight of the glass should be enough to get this thing rounding out. But yes, the fumes themselves, there aren't any toxic fumes off the glass itself. Do I buy my oxygen or use a machine? I have a oxygen generator. However, I'm using liquid oxygen right now. I am in the process of selling my oxygen generator. And the reason is I don't have space. I want a glass blowing lathe, so I want to get a lathe in here. I don't have room for the machine and the lathe. So I have to make a call and the machine has to go bye-bye. All right, we're looking good. This looks fantastic. I'm so happy with this. These make me happy. I love making these. How much? I think these are going to be 75. These are well worth the 75. Well worth it. And there we are. I did make the chandelier behind me, but that was done when I had a hot shop. Okay, there is the skull we're working on. So this is what it looks like from the inside of this marble. So the chandelier was done when I owned a hot shop too. I don't own that anymore, so no more. They're going to tap that off. Seriously. All right, I can't use that. This looks absolutely awesome on the back end too. I'm going to show you guys a little preview. We're going to do a little preview of this. Y'all ready for a little reveal preview? Here we go. So that is the back end of the marble. Now this will glow with the green under black light. So it should have this effect when there's a black light on it. See all that green buzzing around there? Hidden green, like an aurora borealis. Like that. How does the color take to it? I don't understand the question on that one. What's up, Dragonfly? All right, so we got to attach a punty here. There we are. Oh my God, the skull looks good. What's up, Red Squeak? And here we go. We're going to bring this down and meld this in. Yeah, this guy's pretty badass. Getting ready for work? Oh, man. Friday work. Well, I hope you have a good day at work. I'm going to pull a little bit of this front where I had a holding rod on there off. There we are. So I got to round it out, but there's the skull we're working on right now. So there's the skull image that we currently are working on. Is there a way to make a glass? You mean like a glass, drinking glass? Yes. Can I make uranium glass? I don't make uranium glass now. My glass, most of it, the colored glass comes out of Portland. North Star Glassworks. All right, we're getting this all rounded out. This one's pretty badass. I'm pretty impressed with it. I should do one with an opal background too. Like crushed opals behind it. All right, I'm going to show you where we're at. Thank you, Donnie. And we're going to bring right up as much as I can. There we are. So now we got that skull diggery running through it. Look at it from the side too. We're going to use the little flashlight on it, and I hope it shows up really good. Here we go. Yep, that's the black light. There we are. Can you all see how it kind of illuminates in there with the light like that. Then from the side. I think it looks good. I'm pretty happy with it. Now we're going to separate it. Yeah, do the side view. Yeah, maybe I'll do it that way. I'll get you guys to see that. Thank you for the roses. Let's try the side view for the view. Here we go. That'll show you a little better right there. So that is, actually that looks really good for the up close shot. That actually looks really good. Like that. And we're going to grab this. And this is Dragonfly Creations amazing marble holder. Works awesome. We're going to grab it in like that. This is how you remove the stick. So you take it and you just tap. Tap. Off it comes. Then you smooth out the spot it was attached. And we got to let it settle for a second. Just got to let it settle for just 1 second. And we got the amber purple coming out. This is going to be a gorgeous color. Watch this. Ready for a little bit of a reveal? There we go. Look at that. It has some gorgeous freaking colors. Then we got the skull running in there. I know it's upside down, but hey. Like that. Yeah, this is going to be one badass marble. That one's going to be off the hook. Oh, what was the question? Sarah. Can we purchase my items? Yes, you can. TheFieryGuide.com for sure. That one is available. Yeah, that one is available as well. All right, what is scraping on the floor? So that is this version right here. So I left this on the rod just so you can physically see it a little better. As I go through them, it's very easy for me to hold that and not burn my finger. Oh, thank you, Void Shadow. All right. Next, I need to do another one of these. So this is the pink petal globe with opals in it. It doesn't look like much right now. Just looks like a clear ball. But when we add in the light source so you can see it up close, you can see all the pinks coming through it. Like that. And it has like a petal action on it. I'm going to try and angle it so y'all can see it. There we are. I go a little bit that way. Nope. That way? Yeah. There's the petals. So you can see how the petaling goes around it. Then there's little crushed opals hanging in there. Lots and lots of crushed opals. We did this one last night. This guy right here. That is the Aurora Borealis version of the back end. See how it kind of goes green? But the most impressive part of this is the Lucy with gold. Watch. It turned purple. It's got like a purple glow now. That is Lucy over gold fuming. It's very purplish. And then there's a pink petal in there. So it definitely has like 20 different colors bouncing through it. Literally 20 different colors bouncing through there. And today we have the hummingbirds on the fieryguy.com. Anybody that purchases a hummingbird will receive one of these uranium glass marbles, little ones. I'm doing a promo on it just to kind of get it running. So yeah, these little guys right here are super glow. I'm going to pop it right here, leave it there. Then we're going to shine a light on it, see how amazingly bright it is. Look at that. So these guys are super bright. It's your chance to own a little bit of uranium glass in a marble form. So we're going to be popping one of these into every hummingbird sold for the next little bit. I got like 100 of them I can do. So yeah, any hummingbird purchase is going to get that. Oh, the words were in the way. I never thought about that. All right, let me bring the uranium marble up a little. That's a good call there. Gonna pop this guy back in. Turn that down. I don't need to burn it all the way right now. So there. So that is uranium marble. Look how bright that sucker is. Now I got a light white on it, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, that is it right there. So little uranium marbles, they're really cool. They make these really nice little necklace containers for them. So you can get a little cage on like Amazon or somewhere, and they can fit in there. So you can actually wear it if you wanted to. All right, we got to do I'm going to prep for the next one here. We got to do the crushed opal in there. So in this is little crushed opals in this tray, and we're going to have to incorporate that into a bunch of glass. This is the crushed opal here as well. Looks very clear. Yeah, I'm going to show you right now. Try and get a nice visual on it. Actually, I'm going to do it from the side. Let's try the side view. This side view might actually work better. There we are. So there is the marble, but we're going to shine a light on it. Hopefully we get some opals bouncing through there. Oop, don't need my hand in there. There. I'm trying to get it so the opals pop out really well. But yeah, that is the crushed opals in there. There, you can kind of see those green opals bouncing through. It's visually very hard to identify it until you get it there. Lots and lots of tiny little opals bouncing through there. The uranium is less than your cell phone. I can tell you that. It has been third-party tested all the time. Yeah, the uranium definitely has less than your cell phone background radiation. All right, we need to do the crushed opal piece. And here we go. Yeah, the amount of radiation in there, it's not much at all. It's almost unimpressive. I think it's 0.0001% uranium in there. Goes a long way to make that color, though. I think it's 0.001. All right, so we're going to grab this. We're going to start dipping it into the container that has the crushed opals in it. like that. I'm hoping you can kind of see some crushed opals in there, like that. We're just going to start mixing it in. Want to try and trap it in there without hitting it too hard on the flame. And we have to do what I call the taffy pull. The taffy pull is exactly what it sounds like. We will stretch and twist and manipulate this to get the opals all spread out. It reminds me of someone pulling taffy from like a candy, the saltwater taffy. It looks very familiar like that. So here we go. The uranium girl. You're talking about the radium girls. Not the uranium girls, radium. And yes, I have heard it. I've seen the documentary. It was very sad to see that. But yes, it is radium. That's back in the day when they were painting watches and clocks with radium to get it to glow. And they were dipping their brushes on their tongue to wet them to get a little finer detail with the radium. And they ended up dying. All of them died because of the radium basically poisoning them. It was an interesting documentary to see that. All right, we're getting more opal here. There we are. But yeah, I definitely saw the Radium documentary, Radium Girls. You're right, that's what it was called, Radium Girls. All right, so here comes the taffy pull portion. So you stretch, fold, stretch, fold. Kind of like just candy making like that. And then twist. So that just kind of spreads all those little mini opals around. Yeah, we're doing a large marble with opal in it right now. And right now I'm just kind of mixing all those opals up. Spreading them around. I got a little air bubble in here I'm trying to get out. Pop. There we go. It wasn't a little air bubble, it was actually a big old air bubble. All right, there we are. We're going to taper it down a little bit. All right, right there. All right, we got this ooey gooey already. Ah, back to work. Have a good day at work. Thank you for hanging in. All right, we're going to bring this down and taper this off. I got a little wonky there, but that's okay. Here we go. All right, here we go. We're kind of melding everything in. So this will be a large marble when I get done with it. Right now we just kind of got the opals blended in here. About like that. This is what's called prep work. So we're prepping it for the next one. What's up, Penny? L to the B in the house. How are you doing? All right, so we got to take this for a second, let it cool. Then we're going to burn it off here. And I'm going to have to use another larger rod, a little bit more length to increase the size of this. This is basically going to be my holding rod, my punty rod afterwards. Doing good, Penny. Thanks for asking. All right, there we are. So this is my prep work. It has the opals in it. Let me try the side view. I forget I have this thing now. I think this view is doing a lot better for the visual. There, you can see all the opals running through there now. See if I can shine a little light on it. There's all the little opals bouncing through. Definitely a better view that way. There, back. How much gas? Depends on how big a flame I'm using. The gas varies. It really depends. Okay, I got it rounded out right now. So we're going to have to grab another rod. We're going to increase it. So it has to be this size here. This is what we're eventually working on. Now that looks very clear at the moment, but it does have a very nice character to it. What's up, Lori? How you doing? There, now you can see all those hidden, beautiful spin trails in there. Like that. So this is what we are making out of this. It'll have crushed opals all the way through inside, through and through. Gonna park that in there. So what we just finished was one of these marbles. We're going to be making several of them. This is the pirate skull marble inside the full-blown version. This is just a little half version at the moment so that I could show you what they look like as we start getting into it. But yeah, this is the pirate skull. Arr. Okay, what are we at time-wise? Okay. Okay. I should probably take a short break for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm doing good. Thank you, Lori. Daisy Girl. I should probably take a short break for 15, 20 minutes, come back at noon, so I can get up, stretch, and get rid of all the liquid I intook. Coffee this morning. Mushroom coffee. I love mushroom coffee. You guys had mushroom coffee? Highly recommend it. Anyway, let me take a short break. 15 minutes. It's 11:42 now, and I will be back. I do have a website, thefieryguy.com and Starry Night Glass, and you can click on my profile there, and I do have a TikTok shop. So yeah, give me 15 minutes. I drank a lot of mushroom coffee, and I need to get rid of the mushroom coffee. So I'll be right back. Give me a few minutes.